Hey folks, welcome back to Wild West Barbecue. I know it's been a while since I had a video up. I did do a cook last weekend, but it was for a funeral, for a death in the family. I wasn't really in the right mindset for a video for that, and it felt kind of weird to video that cook anyways. I did cook a pork butt, but I just didn't make the video for it last week. But I did have a chance last week to test a new product during that cook. I picked up a Meter Plus probe, and I had a chance to test that out. And what this is, it is a meat probe, and it measures the internal temperature of your meat and also the ambient temperature in your smoker. So if you can, I don't know if you can see that in the video here, there's a little line right here, and you insert the front tip here into the meat, and the front portion here is rated to 212 degrees. So if your internal temp of the meat goes over 212 degrees, or you just put this into a smoker that's over 212 degrees with no meat surrounding this, you're going to risk damaging it. The back portion here is rated to 500 and something degrees, and this portion here at the very back has an ambient temperature probe to measure the ambient temperature in your grill. I was attracted to this product because it is completely wireless. You can see it's got no wires to it at all. It connects via Bluetooth to your phone, and it worked out really well. I was very impressed with it. I picked up the Meter Plus version of the probe. It was $100. They have another version called just the Meter, which is $70. And the only difference between those two is your base here. The actual probes between those two are 100% identical. And the reason I picked up the Meter Plus was because the regular meter is rated to a range of 10 feet around your smoker for Bluetooth. Well, if I'm going to be inside in my recliner monitoring the temperature, 10 feet's not going to cut it for me. So what they did with the Meter Plus, here in the back of the Meter Plus, they've got a Bluetooth repeater put in there. And so your probe still has a range of 10 feet. You place the base within 10 feet of your smoker, it picks up the Bluetooth signal from the probe, and this repeats that signal out to your phone up to a range of 165 feet. And so I opted for the Meter Plus simply because it had a much greater range in the meter, and overall I was very, very pleased with it. I was a little unsure how accurate the ambient temperature probe was going to be, because obviously if you've got from here up in meat, I was very worried that this being so close to a cold cut of meat was going to affect the reading for the ambient temperature in the smoker. But that did not appear to be the case for most of the cook. I did put my iGrill in there as well to monitor ambient temp, so I could get a comparison between them and see just how accurate the ambient temp reading in the meter was. For the first hour or so, I noticed roughly a 20-degree difference with the iGrill reading higher. And I do think that was mainly because of cold meat. I tend to put my bigger cuts of meat like pork butt and brisket into the smoker directly from the refrigerator. And so I think with the first hour or so, that 20-degree difference was due to this sensor temperature being close to cold meat. However, after the pork butt had come up 4 or 5 degrees in that first hour, the iGrill and the meter were within 1 degree of each other. So I figured for the first hour, I'll take it with a grain of salt, and after that I can completely trust it because it worked out really well. It was spot on with the iGrill after that first hour, and so I'm willing to trust it. I really like the fact that it has no wires. I don't like having to run wires out through my access door, up through my vent. It's just a hassle. I didn't even know until recently that this product existed and that going completely wireless was an option. So I am very pleased with the purchase. I'm very pleased with the product. I've only used it once so far, of course. As you can see, it runs on a single AAA battery. The probe itself is rechargeable. It charges here in the base. You can see it's got contact here and up here to charge. Meter, the company that makes it, says that you can get up to 100 full charges on a single AAA battery. So I wasn't too concerned about the fact it's run off a AAA. I do like the app that comes with it. It's got of course it has its own app. You have to use it through the app. But for smaller cuts of meat, like if I were doing a steak, the app will tell you you've got X amount of time left in the cook, 45 minutes, whatever it is if you're smoking a steak, and then when you pull it off, it says, okay, you need to rest this steak for X minutes to finish it up properly. I thought that was kind of nifty. I haven't tried that yet on bigger cuts of meat, like the pork butt. I set my pork butt temperature to 195 degrees to know when I needed to go start checking it for tenderness to see if it was done. The app popped up a warning when I did that, and it said for big cuts of meat like that, when you're smoking low and slow, the time estimate is not accurate. So that's fine. I get that. I don't really need a time estimate for it. It's going to go until it's done. But overall, I was very, very pleased with the product. I really liked it. I would definitely recommend it. I know $100 is a lot of money, but I think it's been worth the money for the one cook I've had on it so far. So that's about all I have to say about the meter. I just really enjoyed it. I'd really recommend going and looking into it if you're into smoking and want to ditch the wires from a traditional temperature gauge. I would really recommend the meter. It's a great product. Thanks for watching. If you liked the video, please give me a thumbs up. If you're enjoying the channel, please subscribe. And if you like it, please share. It helps new viewers find the video. That would really help me out.